Most people are lucky. Sometimes it will be a line or two in a verse.
a little stab.
But if I do a whole joint for you, that means few times I've done that. I think this is the second time I've done like a record on one particular situation. That should tell you that this
non-living thing.
Non-living thing.
Sit here loud, they had a thing. First time I thought you were cool till I had a hint.
I say for here the way I be try me do eja will LB studio ha say the enya agro kra me de Jimeni obi be bisa sa dey time me de try me ne Jimmy say see ano eno na trend o ko trade dey trend gidi ajibe bia we mami ya yiko kuyi ajibe bia na ya shabusumu mu a to na ye artist no omoko omoto on nipa de we ejuma no we move akobebi kakra wakwaje wa home kakra wakobo show kakra ni na aka won ejuma no de said the black sheriff ekoni de ba ya fofia nto ata oju airport wono mu a ye so ni penchi kwaye no sabe Sarkodie nso egusu ye ni de sabe wakakopie mu wo US na to ni mu na interview bi course so wo show aye friend no way up with Angela E sa show no so na interview no course so na nsem bebre na host no ebisa Sarkodie nsem de ebi course wo ho obisa Sarkodie about the music na course na brabo mu nsem ne family ni ade course na along the line na insam no course wana se nkomo mu ye de no na host ni bisa ne se ya tisa with the track bi aba your friend try me na no so no motive anasa adwene te etwire anything Sarkodie chere mu se andwum we die ense Ghana fo ankasa yete ase na Ghana fo ye obi ye hu ni se ono mpe no ho asem cheso mpe kasa yete etia ne na so rofrofo bia sorry na o kasa Sarkodie aye sei Sarkodie aye sa na afinu de ba ye no se wankasemu a ono ankasa kra ne honhom enka ne ho sei na ye beka ya book bia Yvonne Nelson e de ba ye na chapter bi no Sarkodie edin ewo mu efa abortion bia one ne ye way back kra no sa chapter no nsem na epepie mu Ghana for ye kan ye ene mi kan bi minim se wo so wo kan bi Sarkodie anya ade adentan woni oba betna na woni ne be fa efura obeka kire oba ne se wunye ready for a pregnancy bia wunye ready na wo ya ade de beba ne de wo ankasa wunye ready for it enam so ma abortion epie mu Ghana for ye kan wonsem bebre Sabre interview ni Sarkodie ebiebie ni se onu kra no nye se ne bo apaya na so sheda se o de sa ndwem na eba na ndwem we kro bi beka se bia ni team oni omonam no ya we ana so oni omon na ya adwon kro se onfa ndwem infembra o se entisa no no kra da na okọ record ndwem no onu nko na ya na adwon nko na ewia na ho ko she studio ho o record ndwem no but ohu ya ne se ndwem no eliki eni bebi eyewa Isaac asema wo ka che wuni bebi efa ekwan efa so ndwum ni liki asema wo ka che yeni o de ya te but o ya ne se ndwum na liki de manifa ntum preko na che se ndwum a se nti opese ndwum na eba no dwumedi opese edi no ndwum na enkonkodi na sa ndwum we eba ye nyame anim na eba ye Ghana for kasa ye titru mana ye wom no krasi Sarkodie wo yesa de so wan for respect amama o wa ya de se instead so beba be pa ye nyina chaw achapa we kwara nanka nkoma Yvonne nkwa but ye nyina ema nyina wo pa ye chaw no wa anya ne sa fide wo de this song na wo de ba be reply sa asem we wo yesa wa anya de Sarkodie say on the aba but I so feel proud about say corner sa and as a comment na man for the buyer no he feel proud about it. No, it's never like that. But enya ba ne de aba ya asem na aba obi aye de ne ho beto no said the asem we Yvonne so the same way Yvonne esi fa no because na ya asem we wo say sanka no person ne Sarkodie kan ho asem anka obetwe pin sak say oh sak say ni say ba wanya ne sa hours say wa mo why public thing obi e kasa ho ne de ya de obi ya ma ne ho atono Yvonne ama ne ho atono no so aye ne de ne ho atono ntini na no eno na ma internet no so ye de ma social ni media no so ye da ye na ye nya bika ohula no ani it's no say on feel proud about it but abane de aba video hono mo aye be kwa share na se be kwa tie nsem a course so wo interview but before then no make I will say hi Mogyabi TV subscribe to the channel no like video share no bia enye bi share. We answer comments and so for hooking me our comment section on when we lie no notification bell no so mess us out on Sabe boss so Eddie Amami.
The recent song you put out is called Try Me.
Try Me.
I cannot believe you did that because I feel like you try your hardest to not engage in like even doing press, you know, and you've even said that you like to keep your personal life separate from you as an artist. But in this particular situation, you've had to address things that have been said about you, right? And so what was your decision in making this song? People are calling it a diss song, but I feel, and it is harsh, I'll say that, because it hurt my heart when I was like, ooh, I would hate for somebody to, I would not want to go back and forth with Sark on a situation like this.
To be very honest, it's a sensitive conversation that the reason why I didn't do no media around or press around it is because I know I might lose how I would like to present what I feel about it. With this situation, yes, exactly. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm super proud of everything. It's just in the moment how I felt, whether it be my truth, there should have been a way that you could have said it. That's why I don't like to speak about it, because this is a conversation between two people, but then we could have a conversation if you want to talk about it, because it involves me as well.
Right.
But because people know the Sark doesn't speak, you know, people think they can say something and no, Sark is not going to speak, and then it's going to get away with it.
Yeah.
You know, so once in a while, you know, you just
let them poke the bear. Yeah.
Exactly.
Poke the bear.
So,
it wasn't a line or two. I mean, so I want to know,
the whole record.
Who did you let hear this first? Was anybody in the studio with you when you did this?
That's what's funny.
Please.
My team is here. They're all like, people think my team is in support of what I did or the record. None of them knew I did the record because I was on tour. I'm actually on tour when it happened.
Yes.
So, and sometimes when I feel something, then the lyrics is going to come right there and then. So I sneaked into the studio to even record this. I didn't let nobody hear it because I didn't want to hear no advice.
Right.
I just literally want to do what I felt at that point. And face the consequences later on. But it wasn't like the whole team sat down and said, this is good to go. I did it personally for myself.
They probably was like, what are you doing? I can imagine those phone calls and text messages.
a lot of phone calls. This, I normally don't do it, but this, to me, I think I'll get to a point where I can speak freely about it. I think it's still fresh, that I still want to process it before I can really speak. You know,
and this is something that happened like a really long time ago.
Yeah.
So this is something that she brought back up. And then I know in interviews you don't even really like to address things like this, but since you put the song out, and it felt like somebody leaked it first.
Yes.
And so maybe you didn't even intend to put it out. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Okay. So you're like, well, it's here now.
Because it's in the middle of the night.
Where
I was, it was like very late, I think 2 a.m. And then I see Twitter going crazy and people putting out the record.
Oh, so dang.
I have no idea because I didn't give it to. So I have like 2-3 people that I don't want to suspect. You know, it's going to create some energy because I did it just to hold on to it and see if I'm going to release it. But then when it came out, I was like, let me just put it out. Yeah.
Do you do that often? Like something goes on and you're like, let me just do a song about it and then kind of put it away, like kind of like a getting something off your chest diary, because you do come from that school of rap battling.
Exactly.
So when something makes you mad, I could see you instead of writing it down, you might just be like, let me just go in the booth and do something.
Yeah, I express myself well when I do music. I think I say the best. If I do music, if I speak about it, I don't know if I'm a good person that express himself well. Most people are lucky. Sometimes it will be a line or two in a verse,
a little stab.
But if I do a whole joint for you, that means few times I've done that. I think this is the second time I've done like a record on one particular situation. That should tell you that this
non-living thing.
Non-living thing. It wasn't. I have similar situation, but it's not exact.